Pontius Pilate is a figure mentioned in the Holy Scriptures on only one occasion, but he nevertheless played a crucial role in biblical events. He had direct responsibility for the crucifixion and death of Jesus Christ. His name became widely known and remains remembered to this day for allowing the people to choose to release Barabbas, a feared and dangerous criminal, instead of Jesus, even though they knew he was wrongly accused. Despite the advice of his wife, who had had a disturbing dream the night before and asked Pilate not to get involved with that innocent man, he gave in to pressure. Pilate publicly washed his hands, a symbolic gesture that would mark him forever, declaring that he would not take responsibility for Christ's unjust condemnation. The historical setting. In the 1st century AD, the Roman Empire was growing and consolidating its dominance as one of the most powerful forces in history. It was in this context that Pontius Pilate emerged, a member of Roman high society who served as prefect of Judea between 26 and 36 AD during the reign of Emperor Tiberius Caesar. Judea was a strategic province situated on the east coast of the Mediterranean Sea, an important route for world trade. However, the local population, made up mainly of Jews, rejected Roman rule. The climate of tension was constant, fueled by cultural and religious differences. While the Jews worshipped the God of Israel, the Romans worshipped pagan deities. In this turbulent scenario, Pilate was charged with maintaining order and ensuring the collection of taxes. His rule, however, was marked by harsh attitudes and unpopular decisions. One example was his demand to use the money from the temple in Jerusalem to build an aqueduct. The decision sparked revolt and resulted in protests, arrests, and executions. Pilate and Jesus Christ. Pontius Pilate's most significant and remembered action was his involvement in the condemnation of Jesus Christ. After being arrested by the religious authorities on charges of blasphemy and proclaiming himself King of the Jews, Jesus was taken to Pilate for him to decide his fate. The Gospels report Pilate's participation in slightly different ways. Matthew portrays Pilate as a weak man who gave in to the pressure of the crowd, despite knowing that Jesus was innocent. Mark highlights Pilate's efforts to free Jesus from condemnation, finding his silence in the face of the accusation strange. Luke presents Pilate as someone who tried to transfer responsibility to Herod Antipas, who handed the decision back to him. John describes Pilate in a more arrogant and skeptical way, mocking the title of King of the Jews and questioning the truth that Christ claimed to represent. Despite finding no fault in Jesus, Pilate gave in to pressure from the religious leaders and the people, fearing that a popular uprising would worsen the already fragile relationship between Jews and Romans. At the insistence of the crowd, he washed his hands publicly, symbolizing that he would not take responsibility for the crucifixion. Pilate's decline. Pilate's story didn't end there. 3 years after Jesus' death, he ordered brutal actions against Galileans and Samaritans, which sparked outrage among the Jews. A group of leaders appealed directly to Emperor Tiberius, resulting in Pilate's removal in 37 AD. With the rise of Caligula, Pilate was exiled to Gaul, present-day France. Unhappy with his downfall and loss of power, he took his own life, ending his career in a tragic and lonely way. Final reflection. The story of Pontius Pilate brings us an important lesson. He came face to face with Jesus Christ, but overwhelmed by fear, ambition, and the need to please others, he missed out on the true light that could transform his life. In Matthew 6, Jesus teaches us, "Your eyes are like a lamp that illuminates your whole body. When your eyes are good, your whole body is filled with light. But if the eyes are bad, the body is filled with darkness." Pilate looked at Jesus, but he didn't see the Son of God. How do you see Jesus? As just a prophet or as the living God who came into the world to save us? Your decision won't change who Jesus is, but it will certainly change your whole story for eternity. If you like this message, share it with your friends and family. May God bless your journey. See you in the next video.